Governor Moino says rural development is cardinal in Arise agenda. Solicits support of community opinion leaders for success. World Youth Skills Day. Stakeholders ask governments, employers of labor to empower youth with versatile skills for self-development. Police begin payment of insurance benefits to families of deceased officers. Stay tuned for details of these and other reports in just a moment. Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining us on the news. My name is Mercy Ekere. To facilitate rural development, which is a crucial part of the present administration's Arise agenda, Governor Moino is seeking the support of Akwa Ibom people in all strata of endeavor. The governor was speaking yesterday during the July edition of the Government House Prayer Service held at the Later House Chapel, Government House, Uyo. Our Government House reporter, Patience John, tells us more.
Governor Moino maintained that his administration will pay more attention to the development of rural communities, soliciting for support from leaders at all levels. Speaking specifically on the selection of personal assistants across all the boards in the state, the governor listed the criteria and kicked against influence from any quarter.
The intention of asking us to bring either PA or SA, whatever, from the wards is an intention, it's very intentional to show that we want to relate with the rural areas and the grassroots. Let the ward leaders, ward chairman, ward leader, and ward executive, let them sit down in their ward and look for someone who worked in that ward and bring the name. All of the leaders will sign. Let no one person go and insist to bring a leader or to bring a PA from a ward that is not your own. So, but I'm hearing that some big men are the ones taking over the exercise. Please, don't do it.
Governor Moino reminded chairmen and members of boards and commissions that were dissolved to stop carrying out official arrangements in such capacities as the boards and commissions stand dissolved.
Please hand over to the next person, the next civil servant or the next person, except you are a statutory board or you are a constituted limited liability company. Please do well to hand over. Your time is up. And don't think that it is mandatory that you will come back.
The Deputy Governor, Senator Kun Iyaganyi, took the Bible reading at the prayer summit, while Reverend Sylvia Imo preached on the theme of the service, Have Dominion, as taken from Genesis chapter 1, verse 28.
Many of us, when we are made one position or the other, our shoulder gets higher than our head. And when we are removed from there, we begin to manipulate. Bible says in the book of James, for God does what? Resists the proud.
The service featured intercessory prayers, sax presentation, and sung by Government House Divine Voices. Patience John, AKBC News.
Asylum seekers, refugees, and internally displaced persons are to be properly integrated into the society with equal access to basic social amenities. This was the thrust of the message at the refresher training organized by the Akwa Ibom State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, in conjunction with the United Nations High Commission on Refugees. Our Government House reporter, Utabi Malkun, tells us more.
Organized by Akwa Ibom State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, in collaboration with the United Nations High Commission on Refugees, the training was aimed at refreshing critical stakeholders on their roles toward ensuring an all-inclusive society for refugees, asylum seekers, internally displaced persons, returnees, and stateless persons. The Deputy Governor, Senator Okone Yarayin, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary in our office, Mrs. Grace Jim, commended stakeholders for the critical roles they play in accommodating persons with concerns while assuring that the state government will continue to provide enabling environment for all.
I want to thank everyone here for the part we have been playing towards people of concern, maintaining security and peace, helping in developing skills for the refugees among us. And I know that those participants who are here, what you have forgotten today, you will be reminded.
Some of the refugees spoke on their relationship with host communities, describing it as cordial.
They have been so good to us, taking good care of us. Yeah, they have been accommodating us. We are living within the host community because of the accommodation could not be able to contain all of us. We have to mesh ourselves with the host community and they welcome us.
In a refugee naked, we are living very, very good with our people and our AKBC people, our chairman, our leaders. We don't have problems.
It has been actually a murder to all the refugees in Akwa Ibom State. And thank God for the father we have there at the village head. He gave us every permission to be holding meetings and to see how we can go forward.
We have entered into the village, we have been used to the village, and I'm proudly with the local government chairman there, and for the chairman to give us chairman lunch.
The event featured paper presentations on the core mandates of the intervention, professional ethics regarding day-to-day dealings with persons of concerns, peace building and conflict resolution, as well as interactive session where participants made clarification and contributions. Utobi Maokon, AKBC News.
To recognize the crucial significance of equipping young individuals with necessary skills for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship, the United Nations General Assembly has designated July 15 as World Youth Skills Day. It is the agreement of all stakeholders that it is also important to impart and empower the right skills to youth in the face of changes in the job market and constant technological process. Margaret Bassey reports.
Access to technical and vocational training is one of the equitable opportunities to address the multifaceted challenges faced by youths as the world undergoes rapid technological, economic, and societal transformation. Consequently, young people need the right skills to successfully navigate various challenges to achieve their full potentials. There are different skills for employment and entrepreneurship of young people in their strategic importance for the future.
I like catering as a part of my hobby. It's nice, it's fun.
Entrepreneurship is a good thing. The youth should try to see if they can push themselves into it.
I'm just saying, go for beyond the caring about Tonga very at Megan will give me many presence of power.
and no mean. So it will be fun.
May encourage you know. You can't equate with them because you come from me fun. Make me come from force and without a figure on our work, come now. I'm coming work.
The upskilling of youth has become increasingly important as the world is slowly shifting to sustainable development.
I've benefited a lot from the business. It helps me to take care of myself, my family, and other needs.
Even 2 years, 3 years. So I can go with the Roma, who go with the Baron of Yensa Fubin, and one medium for Maduro. I get a game with Badia, is going on woman ya for Kere, ya woman Badia, is going on more.
About 70, 80. He's still working in the ministry. You ask yourself, when he's going to retire for the youth to take over those products, we are not going to see the white collar job. What I would advise the youth is that they should prepare themselves and look for elsewhere to find their way out.
It is widely believed that people that venture into technical and vocational training are likely to be financially independent, have high self-esteem and self-reliance, an opportunity for government, organizations and individuals to come together and support initiatives that will promote skills development among youths for economic growth and social progress.
Please, I encourage other youths out there to venture into this. It helps a lot. No matter the strays, the sleepless nights and all of that, but it helps.
Nam njaton return akong no duro dum ben so tai temem gbe no mbie se rombo ya mo no ewo ina makbani ko.
It's not really good for someone to wait for white collar job. Sitting down to wait might take a long period of time.
For the village head of Ikorokwot in Surubium local government area, Etedong Nathan Williakban IV, investing in skills development is not only crucial for personal growth and employability, but also for the overall economic development of the nation.
You don't say word, a better government, and I don't self-employed. The guy can grow to become tomorrow. Say, but we you to company or government. For better than so they are working from It's going to be a helping hand for him and their parents.
Some respondents solicited for assistance to bring their concepts to life and enhance their livelihood and that of those around them as the world celebrates Youth Skills Day on the theme, Skilling Teachers, Trainers and Youths for a Transformative Future. Margaret Bassi, AKBC News.
The Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has commenced the distribution of checks to cover insurance benefits to next of kin of officers who died and those who have suffered permanent deformities in the course of discharging their lawful duties. A statement signed by the police spokesman, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said the total sum of checks presented to 68 families of deceased officers and those injured or rendered disabled in the line of duty is captured under the Group Life Assurance 2022-2023 policy year, amounting to 535 million naira. According to the statement, the IG said Nigeria Police under his watch believe that human life is valuable and will prioritize the well-being of officers and men of the force. He stressed that his leadership will promptly provide benefits to all police personnel who have sacrificed for the nation by creating an environment where every officer feels valued, protected, and motivated to give their best. The IG, while recognizing the resilience and commitment of the men and women of the force, extended deepest gratitude to the gallant officers of the Nigeria Police for their commendable dedication, sacrifice, and unalloyed allegiance to upholding the values of justice and security. You're watching AKBC 45 News. We have more reports after this time out this day.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
Proper funding,
training,
and cooperation.
if it happen,
if it happens.
If it happens.
Welcome back to the news. 8 local government areas in Akwa Ibom are to benefit from the first batch of an healthcare intervention program where girls between the ages of 9 to 14 will be vaccinated against cancer. The message was handed down in an advocacy meeting at the palace of the Okui Bomi Bibiu, Tenyin Solomon Daniel took, when members of the Southern Religious and Traditional Leaders Engagement SOTL, in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, engaged critical stakeholders on the smooth implementation of the project. Margaret Bassi reports that the event was attended by a cross-section of traditional rulers, members of the Christian Association of Nigeria, as well as Akwa Ibom State Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, who were mandated to create advocacy in their respective domains on the importance of the vaccine.
The first 8 local government areas to benefit include Orogonam, Mpainin, Etinan, Ibionibom, Akamekpo, Nserubium, Ukanafun, and Uran. Ntenyinetok, who is the chairman, Southern Religious and Traditional Leaders Engagement, SOTL, Akwa Ibom State, who is also Commander, Federal Republic of Nigeria, pledged to synergize with other members of the group to promote its vision and create a lasting impact in Akwa Ibom State, especially at the grassroots. As the highest award holder in the state and patriarch of the Bibios, Ntenyinetok noted that the health sector is a critical aspect of the society that requires experience and expertise in service delivery, promising to draw strategic plans for the body that will be result-oriented. Ntenyinetok said he will use his influence as an opinion leader to positively affect the task and increase community awareness, urging other stakeholders to follow suit in order to enable a cancer-free society.
Very serious program that borders on health services. Very render in our community. I don't protect you against mention you don't say to me every promote. You know, share a community. They can say, and I'm doing it.
The Director of Health Promotion, Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Health, and Akwa Ibom State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Mrs. Margaret Etam, said SOTL is a global health intervention program whose South-South body was inaugurated in Edo State last month to kickstart the immunization of teenage girls between the ages of 9 and 14 that will prevent cancer. Mrs. Etam noted that the sustainability and reliance of the vision will be possible through collaboration with traditional institutions and religious organizations to influence the health-seeking behavior of their subjects. She solicited the recruitment of more manpower into the state health sector to understudy the experienced ones. Others who spoke with the state lead person of SOTO, Mrs. Precious Okam, the state chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Bishop Chris Nyong, and the secretary of Akwa Ibom State Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, who all promised to employ their expertise to bring the vision to fruition.
Creating awareness and every other thing. I am so happy.
Beyond the Muslim, draw the strategic plans.
We will try our best to make sure that the health of Akwa Ibom and Akwa Ibomites is paramount.
Goodwill messages were presented by some traditional rulers who lauded the group for the initiative and solicited for the interest of men who are also prone to prostate cancer. Margaret Bassey, AKBC News.
An aquaculture company in Akwa Ibom, Thumduck, and their partners have visited the special children's home along IBB Avenue, Uyo. During the visit, food items and toiletries were presented to the children, a gesture the body explained was in fulfillment of the company's desire to impact the lives of the less privileged in Akwa Ibom and Nigeria at large. Juliet Richards tells us more.
The company's team leader and representative in the state, Mr. Ifeobong Ekwere, said what informed their gesture is the company is not just a profit-making business entity, but a philanthropic group committed to ensuring they put smiles on the faces of the less privileged and vulnerable in the society. Mr. Ekwere said it may not be feasible to reach out to the poor individually and called for more people to partner with the company to expand its frontiers.
Thumduck is not an investment platform. It's a platform whereby offer charity to people. They contribute also to human happiness. The reason why we are here is to put a smile on these children's face.
The team representative, Mr. Ifeobong Ekwere, who threw more light on Thumduck Company and its philosophy, pointed out that the company signed an authorization with Federal Department of Fisheries to enable it carry out aquaculture plans to promote the output of fishery in order to boost exports. He promised to provide employment to the teeming youth and contribute to a viable economic nation.
Thumduck is on an online business where people partner with them and make profit. Apart from partnering with Thumduck for your own personal interest, Thumduck also contribute to human happiness by going around putting smile on people's faces. That is their philosophy.
In appreciation, the matron of the Children's Special Home, Mrs. Inyebong Odo, said reaching out to the orphans this period should be emulated by other Nigerians and thank Thumduck Company for their share of love.
Thank you for your contribution to this motherless home. This time that you form, the children have already done the hostel on behalf of the children. I receive these things in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
The company's partners explained what motivated them to join the team.
This company, I do go special children. Make a Akwa Ibom State. Isi mami no mo ke no mo ndidia. Afri me to miniwu ato the Thumduck Company.
Through the help of Thumduck, we are able to achieve these results by coming to visit these children. So we are so glad that Thumduck is doing great. And to everybody, what
actually motivated me to join this company was because of this contributing happiness to people faces in Nigeria, not just registered member.
Juliet Richard, AKBC News.
The federal government has called on the Fiscal Responsibility Commission to ensure prompt remittance of revenues to the Consolidated Revenue Fund by all ministries, departments, and agencies. Mr. Zacchaeus Adedeji, Special Advisor on Revenue to President Bola Tinubu, made the call during a visit to the Chairman FRC, Mr. Victor Maroko, on Saturday in Abuja. Adedeji said that the call was in line with President Tinubu's quest to improve the revenue generation architecture of the country. He said the current administration was determined to ensure all revenues of the federal government were properly articulated and remitted timely into the Consolidated Revenue Fund. He stressed the need for interagency cooperation amongst all government-owned enterprises to ensure optimal results in revenue remittances. The Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents has said that the floating of the nation's currency had caused a drop in vehicle importation in the nation's ports. The agents also said that vehicles importation into the country were trapped at the ports due to the rise in exchange rates, which skyrocketed vehicle duties. Alhaji Rilwan Aminu, Task Force Chairman of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, told newsmen that the floating of the naira was inevitable because the government wanted a uniform rate. Aminu, however, urged the government to look into other levies paid at the ports. According to him, the challenges faced by custom agents at the ports were enormous because of the high dollar rate, which hiked duties on vehicles to over 50%. Aminu added that the development had affected goods already imported, noting that they had no choice but to clear at the current rate, urging government to look into the levy placed on used goods. And on that note, we conclude our package this morning. But just before we go, a quick reminder of some of our top stories. I told you that to facilitate rural development, which is a crucial part of the present administration's Arise agenda, Governor Moino is seeking the support of Akwa Ibom people in the strata of endeavor. The governor was speaking yesterday during the July edition of Government House Prayer Service held at the Later House Chapel, Government House, Uyo. And that's the package this morning. Thanks for your time. My name is Mercy Ekere, wishing you a beautiful Sunday morning.